Hey guys, Singing here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. And so earlier today, we not only got a producer letter, but we also got the full info for the Saiyan Day unit and side banner unit. So the producer letter had some information about upcoming events, whilst the full details for the units were posted on Twitter in the usual fashion. So we're going to go through all of this information here. Obviously, this was posted earlier in the day at super early in the morning UK time, which unfortunately is how they always handle these bits of information. So I'm going to do a bit more of a detailed breakdown of the units. I have also put up a tweet asking you guys for your feedback about what you think about the Kid Goku. So if you're watching this video and you have not replied to that tweet and you want to go and do so, go ahead and post your thoughts over there and potentially make it into the community response video. So we've got the thing here, Dokkan Battle Operation Team. Are you enjoying the 10th anniversary campaign, which ends tomorrow, basically? Enjoy it until the end. Some info on what will happen next. So starting on the 18th, there will be a campaign to celebrate Saiyan Day, and then it explains why it's Saiyan Day, right? 3 can be pronounced as Sa, 1 as I, and then A as Ya, so basically Saya, so Saiyajin, aka Saiyan. So that's why the 18th of the 3rd is called Saiyan Day. During the campaign, you can get up to 17 Dragon Stones by completing daily missions every day. Also, if you complete all special missions before the campaign, you get another 16 stones and another awesome rewards. I mean, it's kind of funny after the anniversary, where I think this anniversary they gave out more stones than ever before. And then in the producer letter, trying to make a big deal out of the fact that you get 33 stones is kind of funny. But I mean, it's just the daily logins and daily missions, right? So it's pretty standard for a normal celebration. So Dokkan Festival is going to be the TUR Kid Goku, which we know about. The image, that's the image of him after Dokkan Awakening. Goku from Dragon Ball, the series that marks the beginning of the story, arrives. Goku has a unit super that can be launched if Bulma is attacking in the same turn. Make sure to recruit him and witness his power. Now, it's interesting straight away for me to see, like, that he has a unit super with Bulma, but there is no new Bulma unit. So the newest one is like the Bunny Bulma unit that came out with Roshi, who is a support unit. I mean, in the harder difficulty events, though, she is going to be a character that completely relies on dodge. Otherwise, she's going to get taken out. But I mean, that's a typical sort of archetype for a support, like a dodge or die. But even LR Bulma is kind of outdated at this point. I mean, I guess she'll be on the 220 lead for the new Goku, but I'm not sure if that's necessarily going to make her usable in the difficult events anymore. So I think that's a very interesting choice, having the Bulma as the unit super character. But yeah, obviously, as always, we'll get a Dokkan Awakening campaign. So by completing a bunch of missions when you beat the Dokkan event, you'll be able to get a bunch of extra medals, just so it takes a few less runs to clear and get the 77 medals to awaken Goku. So obviously, if you pull Goku and the banner unit, you end up needing, was it 112 medals? So you've got to do even more runs. And then there's going to be a new red zone as well, DB Saga. Clear all the stages to get a special wallpaper. So new red zone is definitely good, adding more difficult content that's not in the same vein as the Festival of Battles, which I know a lot of people are not enjoying at the moment. So a new red zone definitely is good. And then we've got the they confirmed the EZA for physical path to power Kid Goku, which is very interesting, although kind of annoying that they've done the same thing again, where the big ticket EZA for the celebration is a character with the exact same name as the new unit. So obviously they can't link together. So unless the new Goku is like a really good slot 1, and then this guy ends up being like a floating slot 3 support, they're not going to gel well together on the team. Which is really funny, because in this thing it says this character works well with the new Goku. So, I mean, kind of, but not like, not literally. Like, they can't be linked together, which is strange. Also, it mentions a special support pack here. You can be used to greatly power up your characters will be for sale. I think this is similar to the one that JP got. Was it around the Black Friday time? I can't remember. JP got like a bundle that I think Global didn't get. And you get a lot of link skill orbs in here, and it was a relatively good price. Like, if you're someone who spends on the game, it was pretty good value. But you get a bunch of the large, medium, and small link skill orbs, 5 Elder Kais, and a bunch of hidden potential orbs. The Kais and the potential orbs are whatever, but the link skill orbs, definitely very good, especially if it is that same, like, relatively good price point there was on JP. So that's the information that we got so far. We don't know exactly when things will drop. Like the EZA probably won't come out on the first day. The red zone, potentially they'll drop like the first 2 stages and then drop the other ones later. Usually that's how they do that with red zone releases. So we'll see. Hopefully on the day that Saiyan Day starts, we do at least get 1 or 2 stages for this, right? So we can jump straight in for some new content. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at the Kid Goku here. Go over his details. So he is a DB Saga or Earthbred Fighters category lead for 3 key, HP 200 and attack and defense 170, with the additional 50% for characters that belong to Youth or Dragon Ball Seekers. So this could be an interesting team build. I mean, it's one of those things, right? DB Saga characters always get limited with these categories and stuff, but at least by having Earthbred Fighters and then Dragon Ball Seekers, he has like a fairly decent combination. And Earthbred Fighters plus Youth means like all Gotenkses and like Gotenks and Goten and Trunks and stuff like that will be in there. So like LR Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks will be on this guy's full leader skill. So at least like he's got some solid units on there already. Earthbred Fighters and Dragon Ball Seekers would obviously include like the Daima Goku as well. If all of the future Daima characters are all on Dragon Ball Seekers, then obviously the Gokus would all be on here, even like the mini and adult Super Saiyan 4 if they still have Dragon Ball Seekers. So that could be interesting. Nothing about the team, nothing about the leader skill really jumps out as being like, you know, one of the new best meta teams, but we'll see. So Goku has a entrance animation when there is another DB Saga Youth or Dragon Ball Seeker ally in the same turn on his first appearance. So at least it's, you know, varied. You've got 3 different categories, so it should be pretty easy to get for the categories that you're going to run him on. It does hurt him a little bit though. It means if you're trying to run him on like just like a pure Saiyan or Goku family team, then you have to try and make sure you're meeting that condition, right? But with the intro buff, he gets an additional super attack and 40% damage reduction for 7 turns. So realistically, in the difficult events, you are very much going to want him to have that, right? So you do want him to get the entrance animation, so fulfill those restriction. His basic effect: 200% attack and defense, 20% damage reduction, additional attack that has a great chance to become a super. So with the intro buff up for the first 7 turns, he has 60% damage reduction. When he's attacking with 12 or more key, you get 100% attack, 55% chance to crit, and then 22% chance to dodge within the turn. So obviously initially from this, it doesn't seem like a slot 1, right? He gets dodge after attacking, although he gets 200% defense when he receives an attack. For each super attack performed, he gets 50% attack up to 200, and then once you've done 7 or more super attacks, he then gets a guaranteed additional super and has guard. Okay, so that makes him a lot stronger defensively, but he's got a super attack 7 times first. And then his super attack, oh, he has an active skill, Goku Goes Fishing, can be activated from the 3rd turn, recovers 30% HP, and then key 3 and attack and defense 30% in battle. So that's pretty good. It gives you a heal, and then you have a permanent buff. So that's pretty good. Obviously his links are what we would expect from a Kid Goku, which is not obviously great for gelling with non-DB Saga teams outside of like Infire to a certain degree, but then like Saiyan Lineage, All in the Family, Fierce Battle, like those links he'll share with a couple of decent like Goku family characters, and All in the Family obviously gives a lot of extra defense. And then his super attack effect is raised attack and defense, which is an infinite stack, does immense damage to the enemy and seals super attacks. And then his unit super with the Bulma is still infinitely stack and do immense damage, but instead of sealing, it has a guaranteed stun, which I guess for events where you can stun, that is pretty good. But yeah, I mean, he seems good. Obviously, like having the additional that has a great chance to become a super is not really ideal. Once you've done the 7 supers, you do get a guaranteed additional one, but it means you're going to have turns with this guy where he's going to do a super, an additional normal, and then a super, and then that's it. So it'll be interesting to see, obviously, people thinking about the new event and thinking about units needing to be stackers now and stuff like that. I wonder, he should probably be able to stack up quickly enough. I guess you'd probably want to keep him on rotation to make sure that he is stacking as much as possible. Having the heal active skill is, I guess, somewhat useful, although let's be honest, most of the time when you die in the new event, it's because of the turn restriction, not because you actually die. So He certainly seems like he's pretty good. I don't want to rate units around the new event, though, because I think the new event is terrible, and there's only a handful of units that are good in it anyway. So I think he's going to be pretty solid for most content. I don't think he's a slot 1 unit, especially at first. I mean, having the 60% damage reduction on turn 1 is good, but like his start of turn 1 defense isn't going to be crazy. So I guess it depends on the attacks on the rotation. You can kind of move him around a little bit between slot 1 and 2. Ideally, you get the great chance from his passive to be a super a couple of times early on, so you can get to that 7 supers as quickly as possible. And then once you've done 7 supers, so you've already got 7 stacks, and then you have guard, then potentially he could be somewhat viable for slot 1. But again, like, he gets dodge chance after he attacks. So he doesn't really seem like he's designed for slot 1, which is something that does, as I mentioned previously, kind of annoy me about like Path to Power Kid Goku being the easy A, because they won't be able to be on rotation together. And if Goku's a slot 2 unit, even if you're floating Path to Power Kid Goku, there's going to be those turns where he floats onto the same rotation as him, which is kind of annoying. But it is what it is. And then the banner unit is a Kid Chi-Chi who leads Youth or Dragon Ball Saga. The side banner unit still only getting a 130 lead kind of sucks, considering we're now at the like 220 leader skill meta. But she gets 2 key, 200% attack and defense, additional attack that has a high chance to become a super, super class allies attack and defense 30%, and then an additional 30% for characters who are in the DB Saga. So obviously she supports Goku 60%, which is pretty good. When attacking with 12 or more key, 100% attack and a medium chance to get an extra 150% attack. For every super attack performed, attack, defense, and chance to crit 25% up to 100. So yeah, wow, that's crazy. So once she's supered 4 times, she just does guaranteed crits. I mean, that's pretty good. When the target enemy is attack down, defense down, stunned, or sealed, she gets a guaranteed additional super. When there's another youth ally on the team, she gets 200% defense and a high chance to dodge. And then when there's an ally whose name includes Goku in the same turn, she has guard and defense 159% when receiving an attack. So she seems like she'll be pretty good. Pretty decent defense start of turn if you've got the right allies on the team. And then when she gets hit, she's going to be guarding and having 159% extra defense as she takes that hit, whilst also having a 50% chance to dodge. So I would say that seems pretty good. Obviously, when it comes to like the supers, she's got a high chance to do an additional super, otherwise it'll be an additional normal. And if you're fighting bosses who can't have any attack, like any status effects, she's not going to get that guaranteed additional. So there are situations where she definitely could be very good. It's all going to depend what her defense is, because getting the 159% when receiving an attack is all well and good, but if her defense is only like 300k, then she's only getting like 460 extra when she gets hit. I mean, she's still on less than 1 million. Some of these harder hitting bosses, like, she is going to die if she doesn't dodge. So she could definitely be good. She's giving a lot of support, which is good. And then, yeah, her super attack effect is to raise attack and defense for 1 turn, supreme damage to the enemy, and lowers attack and defense. So very interesting. But yeah, the Goku seems pretty good. Saiyan Day, definitely. It's always not like a massive celebration, so this is kind of the amount of content that we would expect. So let me know what you guys think of the Goku down below in the comment section. Like I say, check out the tweet that I posted. Let me know your thoughts over there, as I will make a community response video. But yeah, Goku seems decent. I know a lot of people aren't super hyped about OG Dragon Ball stuff, so I think he's probably a fairly easy skip for a lot of people. Tech UI Goku will return on his banner. So obviously if you want to get Tech UI Goku, he'll be available with red coins, but I will do a summon or skip video tomorrow going over the banner and stuff. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Goku and the Chi-Chi and the Saiyan Day stuff down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.